very, very good at Field of Glory 2, and I haven't played Medieval yet with him, but we've sort of developed this system where we can get into the games pretty fast. And so what I'll do is I'll set up the system. Now, we have a thing where we can veto whatever we get. And so, this is our second test at doing this one, and we ended up the first one we like when we did our first bit of the recording, and we're not going to be showing that one because it's sort of we've done with that one. We're going to start again, but the what we found was that we ended up with forces that really weren't compatible. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start a quick battle. We're not going to be playing this one out. What we're going to do is we're just going to hang on, no, not going to do that one. Sorry, we're not going to go quick battles. We're going to go custom battles, and
just to sort of expand on what Das is saying here, it was basically an army of a bunch of Irishmen with axes against a slightly better outfitted army of Irishmen with axes and some knights.
Yes,
that becomes a problem. Yeah, the knights are the real killer there.
Yeah, so it would have been fine if we were both like both groups of mediums, but I think it was going to end up like at the end of the day, I think my heavy foot would have been able to wear your guys down. But anyway, it wasn't really a fair sort of way of doing things. So anyway, we're just going to go potluck in through here. Now, one of the little rules we're going to actually have with this is we're going to basically not choose anything that's east of the Polish forces. So Polish forces and beyond, too many horse cavalry, too many horse archer cavalry. Horse archers basically. Anything else from there, like anything from the like Swedish and up from there, unless we sort of end up with the same sort of scenario with just Irish that really aren't up to it as far as the Anglo-Irish are concerned. We'll do an evaluation anyway. So let's just leave it this way: potluck, and we're just going to go create and see what we end up with. And we're not going to be playing this one as such.
It's just kind of an inspection, yeah, and this is quite fun actually to sort of see these possibilities pan out. Some of them may be so insane that you wouldn't even consider them, but we're going to get a look here. So let's see, what do we got?
Yeah, we've got Free Canton versus Scots, the Isles and Highlanders. Ooh. So that's actually what was sort of coming up through in here. So
let's have a look.
We'll have a bit of a look. The Scots, I think, have got some heavies, but let's actually just go back out again. So we're not going to accept this. Go back out. And so that one there was, if we have a look at the actual forces, I think the Free Canton are fine as far as they've got knights and sergeants, they've got spearmen, crossbowmen, light archers, and light javelinmen. So it's mainly going to be a force of, actually, it's only got one knights and sergeants. The rest of them are actually just all, this may not be strong enough. These are just medium foot. That would be okay against the Irish.
Yes, yeah, I think it would actually work quite well. But against anything else, not so good.
These are warrior bands, spearmen, offensive spearmen, which is undrilled heavy foot. You've got a lot of those. So they're going to chomp through the other forces. So maybe we'll start again. The Highlanders, these also don't really have any these are all on foot. So should we just abandon that one and start again?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's see what we get next. If we get one good one, we'll leave that as the actual army, and then we'll go for just potluck on the next one.
If we get anything Frankish or German, we're sure to get some armor in there. You know, that's
exactly.
That's why I was thinking like German might be a good choice. But I like this potluck approach.
Yeah, we'll see what we end up with. That way we don't really know. Okay, here we go.
You have read my mind game, Dankeschön. So good, so good of you.
So that's the first step. We got German Imperial versus German Southeast, and that will be. We're going to end up with a lot of strong units here. This is going to be a lot. You can see even with this one here, the Teutonic Order Knights. We've got Knights and Sergeants, City Knights and Sergeants. So a lot of horsemen, which is pretty cool. And then just like dismounted heavies as well. So very, very open battle, very, very heavy as well. So that looks good. But let's go back out again.
I did like that. And that was interesting looking.
And we'll just double check yours as well. So we've got Knights and Sergeants, mounted crossbowmen. Now this one doesn't have quite actually, no, it's got a few.
I've got some nice.
It's got up to 8.
Yeah.
Do you want me to play as the Southeast Germans and you play as the Imperials?
Sure.
Yep. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. So that way we've still got spearmen and things like this. This will be an interesting fight, I think. So we'll close that one off. And so this was 1200s to 1319 is the era.
Yeah.
Now we don't start here because we're going to go back to multiplayer.
And even now, our actual potluck, right, or the setup of the potluck, that's another rule here, is going to be completely randomized. We have no control over
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
Right.
We don't get to choose what our forces are going to be.
Also, let me just
that way we can
really
get into the battle
quickly
nice
here,
and fast.
I want to see if I can, without shutting you off, can I put on the, what's it called? It's like the Do Not Disturb mode on Discord, because I keep getting those Discord
Yeah,
noises.
sure.
Okay,
Yep.
so I'll do the Do Not Disturb. There we go.
I'll just create the skirmish on my side.
Let's take a look here, and what have we got?
So you're going to go German Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, no, yeah,
I'm going
to go.
But I'm fine
I'm going to
with
go
either.
German Southeast. You're going to go German Imperial.
Exactly, yeah.
There we go. So the way we're going to work it is we'll just play on a medium-sized battle, and unless you want to go smaller, I don't mind it if either small or medium.
It's totally your call, man. I'm fine with either. I really am.
Let's just keep it on medium and see how we go. Actually, one thing that I always do find a bit problematic is the amount of time. The time limit I find tends to run out too quickly in medieval. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to boost that up to say 30 turns.
That's fine, yeah.
Just gives us a few more turns. Just like I find the battles tend to sort of get caught up a little bit, and the 24 turn limit often isn't quite long enough.
Yep.
So we'll go with 30. No allies for either of us. Open battle. And the map type is just going to be potluck, so it could be any of the different sorts of things that we actually have through there. So I'll create this one, and
I think
password
we need to just warn people on artistic license here. If we get step, we're not actually in the step. Just keep that in mind. You know,
I don't think we will playing as the Germans. I'm pretty sure this will be nice open fields for both of us. It's because we don't really have enough mediums to have things that are going to be. A step would be fine actually for our forces.
Yes.
But I don't think we will because it's going to be a German setting with maybe some trees, I would guess. So I'm just going to create this. Now, if you go to the challenges.
All right, guys, so we are on the battlefield here, and we've already shown you guys the army lists for me and Das, but you guys can actually see our forces here. And Das, I think you would agree that obviously people did not see our first game with the Irish armies, but the quality of the armor here, the quality of the units is just dramatically improved from that. You know, it's amazing. I think I have
very, very good.
Yeah.
Very diverse group of different sorts of units now, actually, than when we were just playing with the mediums from the Irish forces.
100.
Got a real mix between heavies, super heavies, and and some mediums.
And some mediums, yeah. And the issue we're having here is, I guess, like, this is kind of where Das needs to go, is up here on this hill. I think, you know, most of his forces here, he does have quite a few of these heavy knights, but he's also got a lot of these armored spearmen units, and he's got quite a few irregular foot, brigands, rebalds. I'm not sure what a rebald is.
I don't know either.
But in any case, you know, it looks quite powerful here on his right side. He's also got, I believe, some mounted crossbowmen, but I've got these Teutonic knights that I'm trying to make use of. And actually, I just realized it's a general unit, Gumprecht von Gemmingen. It's a Gumprecht.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle, actually, because you've got more heavy foot soldiers, but I've got more numbers in my cavalry,
Yeah,
but not quite as heavily armored.
I'm sort of trying to determine how I want to approach this, because I'm worried that if I go for that hill, I mean, I know you're going to go for that hill, so I kind of want to try to stop you from going for it. But then with that knowledge, you might end up going over here on the open ground. You know, I might need to micromanage this one a little bit.
I think so. I think also you've got to be careful, because even if your heavy infantry end up in that rough terrain, my mediums will rip them apart. So even if you get there, you have to be careful.
See, I was kind of thinking just staying like right in this area, like right on the edge of the hill.
You have to actually get beyond the rough terrain.
See, your cavalry are there, so I do kind of want to move my my spearmen forward. I might just put up a little bit of a fight for that hill.
Maybe I might start my recording now, if that's okay. I'm just going to
go for it. Absolutely.
We've been paused. We had a few little technical issues.
We had a bunch of technical issues on my side, guys, with Bandicam. So Joss has been kind enough to continue this, despite all the madness, and hopefully now with OBS, this will work. Yeah, I think
It's not the game, by the way,
actually
guys.
just a straightforward
It's actually just our
move.
recordings.
It is. It's not the game. It's certainly the software.
Yes.
As a matter of fact,
All right, so we've had technical issues, and we're just sort of now working our way through those. But so it's one of those things, unfortunately. So we've had to stop for a little while, but anyway, we're back into it. So this is still episode 1 for me. Guess you're going to be stripping your bits and pieces together as well, will
that's
you,
right.
Agrippa?
That's right. I think, and I think we can put everything together and certainly make it work. But I'm kind of approaching here, and initially I was thinking I'm going to take a different approach. I think it's kind of too early to really push one way or the other, or put momentum on one side or the other. So I'm almost just going to do just a push forward, basically.
Yeah.
What I might do is over here with the cavalry is kind of push them over to the side, try and catch up with but I'm never going to catch those nomad light horse archers.
No, or you can if you've somehow trapped them, but I'm going to be very, very careful with it.
Yeah, you're not going to let that happen in this open field. It's not going to happen. Let's see. So I think I'll do very basic push. I might just kind of do a winged throw over here with my brigands. I'm sorry.
You've got some too. Well, they'll fight nicely in the middle. They're your mediums.
Yeah, they're not too bad. I could bring them back. I was kind of trying to expand the line. There's no real need to.
No, and you don't really have enough of those anyway. You've only got the one. Is there only one?
You know what I could do? I could follow. Yeah, I think it's only one group of brigands. But what I could do, the raw spearmen are useless. I could actually move them behind these crossbowmen, and then retreat behind them if need be.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's probably what I'll do. All right, so let's.
The crossbowmen are also. I don't think they're heavies as such. I think they're almost like medium swordsmen.
Yeah.
They're very, very good against armor. But they're because of the crossbow, but they actually do have swords as well.
Yeah, their quality is average, so I guess in an actual close combat fight, they wouldn't do too poorly. They'd do okay.
Oh yeah, no, they actually do have swords as well as their crossbows. So they're not like your standard old archers where they get absolutely smacked.
I like that. A little respect to the archer class. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna switch over here. So now we're gonna jump over to DasTactic's screen, guys.
So I'll just go back to mine and just get my recordings ready again. Should kick back in again for mine. There we go. So I'm just going to go back to multiplayer, log back in. Games, I'll just refresh it. Did you end your turn?
Oh, I may not have. Hold on.
Yeah, and I think it's still showing up in the enemy turns there.
All right, let's end that turn.
So let me know when you're ready. Oh, there we go. It's come through. I've got it. Okay, I'm playing now.
So, guys, we do have a different system set up here, of course, with OBS and the game itself. It's of course, with the PBM system, kind of one way where, we could obviously just do a PBM game where you guys see episodes on my channel and you see episodes on DasTac's channel. But, this way we kind of get to talk, we get to have fun and discuss the battle. And again, we're just really having fun here. We got early copies of the game. I'm sure we have a lot left to learn. Yeah, it's just kind of just having, just having a little bit of fun here and seeing what happens, essentially.
Yeah, I actually really like playing this way. And Richard of York is another YouTuber that we've played a few games like in this sort of format, and it's been enjoyable every single time. No matter who sort of wins or loses, actually, it's been good. So a bit of a shout out to Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Richard's an awesome guy. Absolutely awesome.
He's very, very good at this game too. Like he's now you're going to get there in how many? 1, 2. I think there's a grid system. Is it G? Yeah,
that was my concern. Is I'm not going to make it to the top of the hill next, but I think I can make it exactly where I need to by the next turn, pretty much.
Well, these guys are no good in there anyway. So all they're good for is just blocking me off.
Yeah.
So you'll get to there, and then even if you end up in here, my guys will then start to cause dramas for you. So I'll be there in 1, 2. I'll be on that line. You'll be 1, 2. You'll be in the rough ground by that stage, which will then, which is not where you want any of these guys to go. I think the crossbowmen control click.
Here's what I would do, in a multiplayer situation where obviously we weren't talking. What I would probably do is get those spearmen on the edge there to sort of lure you in, and then just do the attack fully on the right side. In other words, like, you see what I mean? Well, I'll probably do it here, but basically I would just move those spearmen up the hill before the rough and just leave them there. So in other words, right up to, and see if you would take the bait, pretty much. And
I think you're like, if you use your crossbowman as swordsman, they don't suffer any damage there, and you've got the one group, as we saw back through there, these brigands, rebels, whatever the hell they are. Neither of us know what they are.
I think it's supposed to be brigands, but the spelling is off, and I think it's just a space issue. Because I mean, Richard Baldley Scott is, the guy used to be a brain surgeon, so he won't make mistakes like that. The ribalds, I have no idea what ribalds are, but if somebody can tell us, we'd love to know. Let's know in the comments below. But I'm guessing, and I'm just guessing here. I'm guessing they're poachers, like ribalds. I'm just guessing poachers.
It's a funny name. My wife's German, so I should actually ask her.
Yes. Ribalds. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. So him just using those mounted cavalry to harass the heavy knights there.
Yep. So I'll be bringing these out to put a bit of pressure on.
See, now I might have to match that and maybe bring my own cavalry over and ignore the hill. Oh, that's looking really, really quite vicious.
Now this is going to be slow going through here. Maybe we'll actually go around. I've got 1, 2. So I've got 1 turn, 2 turns, and then 3 turns and back out to there. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm basically in the same position. Actually, no, I'll still go this way. Let's just move these up. Now all of those do need to move up. Bring them forward.
Oh man, look at that range! Jesus.
Oh, they're not all that good though. You can see it's only 2. I need to sort of close the gaps. These are light crossbowmen though.
It would have to be a lucky shot. But I guess ostensibly you could kill a general with those, right? I mean, if you got that lucky shot, it'd be pretty unlikely.
Yes. Yeah, you have to be very, very lucky at that range though. So I don't have to worry too much about that one there. Now the rest of the forces. Do I still want them all moving up? I guess I do. I think we do. I think we'll just go straight forward. Actually, what have we got in here? We've got raw spearmen. Actually, I really don't want them.
I don't want them either. I have some as well.
We should trade them
for some ribalds.
I've got this group, which I'm happy enough for that one to come through the middle here.
Yeah.
So these are much less quality than what you've got. I'm going to push them back.
That's why I think for sure the answer for me in this battle is to reach you first.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now these are armored spearmen. These are undrilled heavy foot. They're fully armored with shields, so they're going to be very, very good against your. Actually, what have we got there? We've got brigands through there. Yeah, really don't have the range of what we need to do. I'm going to start micromanaging this.
Yeah,
like what you're doing.
Yeah. I think at this point you kind of have to. I mean, we had a lot of other, sort of obstacles in the way in our last battles, whereas this one it's really just one hill. So I think micromanaging is important here.
Yeah. What have we got there? Crossbowmen there. I'm sort of happy enough for them to. I might just. Oops, hang on. Just rotate that one around as well. And the group that we have there, more raw crossbowmen back that way. I'm going to move them back out. I was trying to move these across. I'm going to move these right back. I'm going to bring these back around the other side.
The good old
so-called hedge knights.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the light crossbowmen there, which I don't really want to be impacting them too much. So I'm just going to go and avoid them. Can't rotate around. That's okay. You've got a few other forces there that will sort of cause them a little bit of drama if they get in there, I guess. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what actually happens through this side. So we've got all of those are going to come forward. I'll just move them up one at a time. So they're all of the raws. And then it's just this little group in through here, which I want all of them moving up.
Oh, here we go. The hill has now become a factor.
Yeah. All right, so, oh, this one here, I can only go 2. Okay, that's fine. I rotate that one? Yeah, I can still move that one up a little bit. This is, these are mounted crossbowmen. You know, I think I might actually move them up. That'll be okay. At least they're maneuverable, sort of maneuverable. Okay, well, I think that's all I need to do from my side. I'll just press tab a few times. Yep, nothing else doing there. So I'll go back and back over to you.